How's it going, YouTube? It's 4 o'clock in the morning and we're going to do a quick how to remove the motor out of your S60R by dropping it and taking everything apart. So first and foremost, you got to jack it up nice and high. We'll grab our handy dandy light. Alright, so you got to jack it up nice and high. Jack stands right there, they're practically all the way up. And then you have to take the crash bar out. As you can see, there's a weld right here and 2 welds up here, and these were where the bolts go. You have to drill them out. What I did was do 1/4 inch, 3/8 half. That's what they all look like half, and I reamed it out and I ended up prying the bar off. Here's my crash bar. You can see the 2 weld marks there. And then the biggest thing that you have to worry about is, let's get this light in the way, is there's the fuel line right here. There's also the vapor line you have to take care of. That just slides into the body right here. The fuel line, you have to use a quick disconnect for them. And you have to drop or disconnect the prop shaft. Yeah, I believe it's a 8mm Allen. And if you get it long enough, you can use like a power tool to get it off, or you can just do it by hand. Be gentle. With this box, this is where your ECU is, and you need to have, it's recommended that you use this specialized tool. This thing. Got it off of Amazon. It's like a Volvo ECU remover. It's like 20 bucks. Said screw it. But it is very fragile, obviously, because this car is 20 years old. You have to disconnect it all. It's kind of a nightmare. But when you drop the subframe, there is like a tube in this area, so you gotta watch out for that. There's a bunch of stuff that you do have to take off, like this main harness. This obviously goes to this goes to the ECU, and it falls all the way up here. Goes to this fuse box right here, and you have to disconnect everything, or disconnect this, that. It's really easy. I highly recommend you take a bunch of pictures before and after, or preferably before you take this all apart, because it's going to be a lot easier putting it back together. There's a few things that I don't know where things go, so it's going to be a fun time. The biggest thing is if you have a manual car, it is really tight back here. It's really hard to see, but when you drop this, the hardest thing is the steering shaft connection right there. Really hard to see. It's all the way down there. First off, the cable's supposed to go behind it, but I believe it's a 13mm. Nope, battery's about to die. Thank you, Milwaukee. And you have to put a pry bar in there and spread that thing open, and then it should drop. That was like the only issue I had. But that is like the quickest way to drop this car. Also, what really does help, you get the subframe out of the car, is this fancy dancy cherry picker. What you do is you put chains in the front and chains in the back. Make sure it's long enough to go over the motor and everything. Jack it up and then do all the bolts in the subframe. What I did was I did back one, front one, both off. Then the front passenger, I loosened up a little bit. I did the driver's side, or passenger side, back one, loosened it up a little bit, and I just wiggled it back and forth until the cherry picker took the entire weight of it. And I was just able to set it on here and drag it into the garage. Super easy. It's easy. It's best to have a friend or two to watch everything go down slowly. Make sure you don't yank anything off or drop. This is the quickest way to drop the subframe. I know there's a way you could put something above the motor, hold the motor, and then drop everything. I don't know. There's different ways. This is the way I did it. It's just easier this way. But yeah, also you have to release your pressure in for your AC, and your power steering is kind of a joke. So I was able to take the power steering off with this. I just got rid of, I disconnected from the box up there, and there's that. So good luck, everyone.